Hey, we have our weekly Heisman poll coming out tomorrow. So, all 30 writers take part in that. And we've got our new poll coming out. It's not going to surprise anybody that Michael Penix Jr. is still number one. But I think you're gonna see some votes in there for one Mr. Jordan Travis also.
Yeah, if anyone's listening to you.
Question about it, because I like my one. I always tell people I've known him. I know his high school coach, Tampa Bay Tech High School. Jason Roberts grew up with him. Why does it seem that Jordan Travis, and I'm not saying this as a complaint, but he's just consistent, right? Consistently who he is. But we've seen Caleb Williams go from here to down, and Michael Penix did not win that last game for him. I could argue that he might have lost him the game. Like, right. What goes into the voting for that, and like what make him still the top overall guy? I'm just curious because I'm not a voter. I'm always
look. I mean, one, Caleb Williams came off my ballot completely. We each picked the top five. It's a weighted vote, and we picked the top five. Caleb Williams came off my ballot completely after that performance. Michael Penix, he didn't have a great game, but I still look at the body of work overall for the season, and I mean, to me, he's the best quarterback in the country. He, like Jordan Travis, is blessed with a great receiving group at Washington. But I think what happens is Travis doesn't put up the flashy numbers, so he's not jumping out on the stat sheet. But again, for someone like me who looks at the body of work, I think he's worthy of being top three right now.
That's fair.
For me, it's three things that stand out. And I'm not saying that this is justified, but three things stand out to people when it comes to Heisman voting. And you can look through history. Number one is obviously the team has to win. And if they don't win, you've got to be RG3. Let's say in 2011, you go 8-4, but you're just so ridiculously good and putting up crazy video game kind of number. So number one, the team's got to win and be in contention. Number two, you got to put up stats. And then number three, at some point in the season, there's got to be something that sticks in people's memories, like, 75-yard drive with a minute left on the clock that pulls out a game against a rival, or just a crazy electrifying play that sticks in people's minds. Yeah, something memorable has to come.
Yeah, I don't know that Penix has had that moment, but he's had that game.
Oregon.
You look at what he did in the Oregon game, and it wasn't a moment. It was the entire game. Man, he looked fantastic running that offense. And, I against a, another top 10 opponent. And I think that weighs into it also. He wasn't doing it against Arizona State. He was doing it against Oregon. So I think that weighs into it. Like I said, I look at the whole body of work, and Travis has had a very good season. Not flashy, but good, consistent. He's not beating himself. There aren't the turnovers and not the interceptions. So it's definitely worthy of that. I just think when I look at total yardage, yards per game, things like that, Penix is still my guy right now until proven otherwise.